What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at SPY today on the 10th of July and just discussing how you could have traded it, how I traded it, and how we traded it in the Discord. So personally, I did not take any trades today, nor did I alert anything in the Discord today during the morning session. In the Discord, we trade from 9:30 Eastern Standard Time to around 11 Eastern Standard Time. So if you are interested in some live trading, guiding you through SPY, then do be sure to join the Discord. The link is, as always, in the description. With that out of the way, let's just get right into talking about SPY today. So from during the entire morning session, there was really no solid trades. I'm just going to be honest, which is why we didn't take anything. Now, again, one thing I want to reinforce is that if you do not see a trade that follows your rules, you simply don't take a trade. You don't need to take a trade. You'd rather keep the money that you already have than to lose the money that you already have. Okay? And so many people just don't understand this. They think, all right, I haven't taken any trades today. Trade equals money, so I just have to, gobble up into some random trade. No, okay? So let me start guiding you through what I was thinking. So we shot up right here. We didn't have any solid pullbacks for any solid entries. Right here, we broke above. We did start retesting this sort of level right here, but this candle came within 5 cents of this level, and that means it's a one candle pullback. I don't take one candle pullbacks. That's part of my rules. Moving on. We start to chop around. In a zone like this, you really want to stay out of it. All right. If you want, you could have taken a lotto entry right here for the downside from this trend line. Any trend line play, especially when you're playing in this sort of scenario where there's a bunch of chop, is a lotto entry. You would have to gone in a very quick entry for puts right here, and you had to have scaled out very quickly as well. All right. There was nothing else here, to be honest. You could have taken puts here as well for another lotto entry, but honestly, after the fourth touch, even after, I usually like to take trend line trades on the third touch, usually not on the fourth or fifth, because it's more likely to break at some point. Usually fourth it stays depending on what kind of trend line, but usually the fifth honestly stays as well, I've noticed, especially in the micro trend lines that kind of sort of keep chopping. But on certain ones, it just, at one point it's going to boom. So yeah, there was really nothing else here. We did break below here. We started retesting, but there was a one candle pullback to this level again. So nothing there. Another point I wanted to discuss right here is we started breaking above this high of day at that point. And I was considering with my group to also take calls on the retest of that level. This was a one candle pullback right here, this red one. I don't take one candle pullbacks, just like I don't take one candle pullbacks here. My rules don't change, so I'm not going to take this, and I did not. So there was nothing here. Kind of started moving down. We never got the retest we were looking for, and we just sort of continued dumping. All right, there was no retest of any previous defined level with my rules that happened. All right. We had this sort of trend line start forming, but I decided not to take it, and I was right, because I simply don't like taking trend line trades too much, especially when we're in a downward trend, and this is kind of a sort of retracement zone, and we are likely to just continue pushing down. All right, I did not take anything here. Okay. So at this point, we kind of chopped around even more, after which we started having some good movement up with these massive bullish candles. But really nothing else happened. We created a new level right here with this resistance, I'd stay. All right. We moved up, and then we started to have this retracement back down. Now, with what my patient pot shot setup says, is if we break above a level and then retest that level with less volume on the candle that touches that level than on the candle that initially broke, you can take a trade. This candle had 100K volume, 100,000 volume. This candle had 95. So things look good, right? Wrong. One other thing you have to keep in mind is the retracement. This was not a clean retracement. A clean retracement, let me get my is when we make a move up and then down. Not when we make a move up, chop around, and then start coming down. This is not clean. Now, you could have considered taking a lotto here if this candle would not come dashing right down. This candle was a very violent, bloody candle. When a candle is moving at this speed down, you're not taking anything. All right, you have to stay patient and not take trades like that. That kind of covers this misconception because this kind of scenario happens quite often, so I did want to touch upon it. And after that, we start to have very clean price action. Notice how beautiful this part of the chart becomes after this point. Right here, we have all this chopping, red, green, all over the place. There is no clear pattern until we get to this point in the day. We start to move, look, all these green candles with barely any sort of, pattern deviation. We start moving down. Look at this whole pattern of red candles. All right, this is just crystal clear. Then we break down with I think this was the biggest red candle all day long right here. All right, 494,000 volume. This means there's quite a bit of selling pressure here. It's just as simple as that. We start to retest. This candle's big. This candle's getting smaller than this one. This candle has 71K volume. That's way less. This candle comes to 438.11. Our level is at 438.13. Why is our level here? We have at the bodies right here a nice line supported by these wicks right here. 1, 2, 3. Right? You could have put it right here if you wanted to, but you really wanted to put it somewhere around there, kind of averaging all of these with this. Perfect trade. You take puts right here with a target of this downside. This is all you needed. This was a solid, I think this was like a solid, 25% trade, depending on which contracts you took. You take good size on a trade that follows your rules, and it works. There's nothing wrong with this setup. It's just perfect. So when scenarios like this happen, you need to execute. If you take one trade a day or one trade every couple days, that's this solid, things will go well. There could not have been a better trade. This candle had how much? 8 times more volume probably. That's when there is a high probability of your trade going your way, and that's when you need to take advantage of it. All right, moving on. If you decided to continue trading after this, or you did not get into this trade, you could have, with this trend line trade right here, we had this trend line, we broke above it, and then we retested it for the upside. These trend line trades are always lotto for me. Every time I have this two-way street setup, it's just a lotto for me. I don't find that these setups happen to work too well, all the time. And it's often hard to see where to get the entry and all that, which is why it's a good idea to just take it in smaller size. At this point, there was another trade I wanted to discuss right here, which was a pretty solid setup, I think. We had 64K volume right here, 42K volume right here. This was okay, but again, there was a 1 candle pullback. Okay, so I accidentally actually made this green, my bad. But yeah, this is a setup that was okay. Again, 1 candle pullbacks are either a trade you don't take, or if you want to take lotto trades, you can take them. But if you decide to take lotto trades, you need to make sure you're taking smaller size, all right? But it is a risk, all right? If you take too many lotto trades, you can end up staying break even or losing. Because if you take 5 lotto trades, they go bad, and you take a 1 winning trade, you're probably going to be somewhere around break even. Okay? So that's the important part. So this is a trade that I personally would not take, but if you're the person that decides to take lottos, that's okay. You could have taken it. Taken it here, stop loss probably right below here. Or if you did hold onto this trade, you could have scaled right here probably. So yeah, at this point in the day, it was after 1, and honestly, I think in the morning there's better setups, but that's just me. There was one trade in particular here that I wanted to discuss because one of our members in our community mentioned this trade and that they liked the setup and were considering taking this. So we do have a defined level right here at 438.82. All right, somewhere around that. And this person thought that it was a good idea to take puts here. Now, I'm in no way saying anything bad about this person's trade or, the fact that he thought this. I just think it's a great learning opportunity. We broke down here, and this retracement happened. This retracement came at 438.79. That is within 5 cents of this level. So it qualifies as a good trade, except the fact that we already came back and pulled back to this area with a 1 candle pullback. What we want to see is we want the price to dump right through and then retrace in more than 1 candle. Right here, the retracement already happened. A second retracement is already not a retracement. It's a reversal. We already came to this area. We retested it with a green candle, the opposite of what we came down with. So this scenario is not a good trade. All right. So I really wanted to emphasize this because this is a mistake that a lot of people make with my system. I've seen this countless times. People see, okay, we're retesting an area, even though we just previously already retested it with a 1 candle pullback. All right. Whenever we come to the same zone, twice, we already likely, moving the other way now. The price is no longer moving down. We have broken the downward trend. So again, I think that is very important to emphasize. Another misconception here, we did have this sort of 1 candle pullback. Again, just wanted to point that out. And that was sort of it for my recap today. So I'm sure there was a couple other, small trend line trades here and there, there's a trend line like right here or all that. This is what I feel like is most important to talk about to help you guys learn my system. But yeah, that kind of covers it for this recap. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure to smash a like if you did find any value in this video, and don't forget to subscribe so you get notified when I release new videos. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. Do be sure to join the Discord where we are live trading almost every single day in the morning. So don't forget to do that, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace.